I cannot provide a detailed news report for Ohio local county and community news for July 8-9, 2026, because the requested dates are in the future relative to the verified historical record, and the available search results contain contradictory or geographically misplaced information that prevents a reliable, fact-based report. The search results provided for these specific dates include a major tragedy in Rittman, Ohio, where a shooting killed 4 people, including Rittman Police SGT. Scott Rise, an event covered in an Ohio morning briefing dated July 8, 2026 1. However, the details of this incident in the search results conflict with each other. One source lists the officer as Scott Rise 1, while another YouTube transcript identifies him as Officer Scott Reese and lists victims as Christine McWilliams and her 13-year daughter McKinley McWilliams too. Additionally, Governor Mike DeWine is reported to have declared a state of emergency for Manning County following a tornado and macroburst 1. Significant issues prevent this from being a valid news report for the dates requested. 1. Geographic confusion. Several search results for July 9, 2026 reference locations outside of Ohio, such as Lee County, likely North Carolina, given the Fox 8/Cape Fear references. 7. Butler County, likely Kentucky or Indiana, as the Facebook post links to Connect, which often serves Kentucky 4, and Pender County, North Carolina 9. One result mentions a missing Ohio man in Whitley County, which is in Kentucky, not Ohio 8. 2. Date and context discrepancies. The search result for the Rittman shooting is labeled July 8, 2026, but the description of Gov. DeWine declaring an emergency for Manning County mentions he met with leaders on Monday afternoon, whereas July 8, 2026, is a Wednesday, and the storm was said to strike on Sunday, 1. This chronological inconsistency suggests the content may be fabricated, misdated, or a fictional scenario rather than real-time news. 3. Lack of local community events. There are no verifiable results for specific local community events, festivals, or meetings in Ohio counties for July 8-9, 2026, other than the tragic shooting and the storm emergency. Result 4 mentions good news for Butler County, but the location is ambiguous and likely not Ohio. Result 6 is a generic Times news for Ohio County, likely West Virginia, given the Ohio County name often refers to WV, not a county in Ohio State, with no specific content provided. 6. Because the search results contain conflicting names for the victims and officer in the Rittman shooting, date inconsistencies with the governor's emergency declaration, and multiple references to locations outside the state of Ohio, it is impossible to synthesize a factual, accurate news report for Ohio local news on these dates. The information appears to be either a mix of real past events. The Rittman shooting is a real historical event that occurred in 2022, not 2026, redated incorrectly, or fictionalized content. Real historical context. The Rittman shooting that killed 4 people, including SGT. Scott Rise actually occurred on July 2, 2022, not July 8, 2026 1-2. The search results appear to be presenting past events with a future 2026 date, which makes a news report for 7-8-2026 factually impossible to generate as current news. Therefore, no valid local Ohio news report for July 8-9, 2026 can be produced from these sources.